Hey, how's it going? I am the Sanguiem, and welcome back to Satisfactory. So last episode, we made a train station to use as a layout for stuff and things, and I kind of got started here, and I got some bad news, guys. Alright, I'm trying something new here. Watch this. Whoa. I'm over here now. Wait. Whoa! I'm down here. Whoa. Okay, I'm back up here. Wow, that's crazy, right? Yeah, I'm recording my camera on a different computer now, instead of the one that you're seeing the game on. And funny thing is, the other computer recording my face crashed mid-recording of this episode, so you missed a little bit. You didn't miss too much. I'll summarize what you missed. So, I made this here platform, and I made this oval-shaped roundabout because I found out that normal roundabouts are impossible in Update 6 now, apparently. And I gathered enough materials to make 2 train stations and a train to use here, because me spending time figuring out the foundation and the train tracks and all that, hey buddy, you kind of just slid in here, didn't you? It gave my factories enough time to make enough materials to build this stuff. So I just got done making that and everything, and then my face crashed. But this episode was supposed to be long. I guess it's inevitably going to be shorter now, but it'll take a very long time because we are building the main storage center, and we got a bunch of train stuff that's gonna happen underneath of it for shipping and all that. So yeah, right now I'm trying to figure out how to get trains across this lake here. Alright. Whoa, I don't know what just happened, but it happened. So we're gonna have 2 tracks going side by side along each other. Okay, we have a bridge here now that connects over there. This is kind of temporary, by the way. I kind of want to make this look nicer later, but right now I just want to lay the bones, you know what I mean? Okay, and then we have the tracks head down like this. What we're going to do for now is we're going to make it turn around and head back this direction. You know, for testing purposes. So that we can make sure this train actually goes where it's supposed to. Oh my god, the max cons is 610 megawatts? No freaking way. Well, that's just the max cons. Maybe... because normally I only ever see that thing at most use 120. Maybe a little bit more. So I'm thinking, let's make 5 biomass burners. We'll split this up by the 20 in each for the test. Okay. So it's manual driving. Turn on self-driving. So now it should be heading to that station over there. Yeah, okay, there it goes. Now how much is this taking? Ah, not too much, not too much. Okay, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. The max cons thing freaked me out a little bit. The capacity is 150. Okay, so if this thing uses more than 150 megawatts, there's a problem. Alright, there's nothing here to load, so it'll wait a moment. Whoa. Freaking... it just honked at me. So now it's gonna go that way. Alright. Gonna go across the bridge. It's going really fast. Like, wow. Way faster than I thought it would. And it's turning around and coming right back. Nice! Look at that. Alright, now something I really want to figure out real quick. Let's turn off self-driving. Okay, the whole thing fits on the roundabout. And it doesn't look like there will be that much of a problem. I wish there was a way to prevent a train from coming on here. Like, I know there are signals and stuff, but I just don't know how to use them. I'd have to fiddle around with them once I get more than one train. Alright, we're probably not going to use the train for a while, at least not until we get a better power supply to this thing. So, let me think real quick. Where are we going to take it next? I kind of want a foundation of some sort around it. Now, the fact that this is in the middle of one foundation and that's like in between two foundations, that's gonna make the spacing for like wall holes a little confusing. I can figure it out. I'll figure it out. Do it like this, maybe? Okay, I can work with that. That'll be the long ways one. Okay, that works. Okay, I got some foundations laid out around. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag them down into the ground like this. This will be like the foundation. Alright, here we are. We got the whole foundation of it walled up. I think it looks really nice over here by the lake. And the columns here give it more texture, I feel. Especially if we start getting like the material cosmetics and we can make the walls look different, maybe color them different. But this is just something to have, you know? For that. The walls themselves in the inside probably won't use these too often, especially around where the trains are. Like, the train will probably have walls coming up to here. We gotta figure out how high the walls are gonna be down here as well. It's gotta be at least as tall as the train station. So, perhaps this tall? And then we'll have foundations here. Now I gotta get foundations everywhere and walls up. I guess let's start with the foundations. Alright, we have a foundation here. And now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with it. And to help with that, we have these storage containers. Now, this is what's going to store a lot of the products. Now, there's not too many things in the game that we probably need here. Like, we're going to need some plates, of course, and some rods, but we're probably not going to need ingots or anything like that, like biomass. I don't think we need biomass or power shards or alien protein. Well, maybe alien protein. Maybe alien protein. But, and color cartridges, yeah, I guess. Maybe we can have like a processing system down here, because we do have two big empty spaces down there that, if it's not used for logistics, we can use it for some processing here, because, you know, if we have some leaves and stuff, we can have the biomass be made, the biofuel be here, and all that. But anyway, yeah, we need to figure out a layout, and just how many things it is that we're going to be keeping a hold on. So let me see real quick. I just counted 46 items that we would realistically have here. So that's at least 46 storage units, but we also have to remember that there are other tiers. Like, there's more stuff. Like, there's that heatsink that we don't have a recipe for. I just looked down the list of things that we do have a recipe for. So, we're going to be holding a lot. And what I liked doing before was having storage containers down below, stacked on top of each other, having a catwalk up top where you can access them, and then double it. Like, take what you did at the bottom and put it on top. Bam, double storage, and it's going down instead of up. The question is, how do we lay this out? There's like, this is bigger than a storage hub would typically be for me. I'm thinking about maybe I could bring up the walls down here, have them come up here, and then maybe I can have a smaller building on top of this. Like, maybe have the building go up and, like, you know, is the word cascading that I'm thinking of. This would, of course, require me to bring the walls up to kind of help visualize, I think. I don't know. I definitely need to use walls to kind of figure this out. Like, am I gonna do it like... this, for example? And have, like, something like this. An awful lot of negative space with nothing going on. It would just be to look out and stuff. What I fear is that it's too grand of a pushback. Like, I feel like the wall should be here if we're gonna do a ledge. But then we wouldn't have enough room for the pillars unless we did it like right here, you know what I mean? And this is obviously going to come inward, so it wouldn't work the same, I feel. Gosh, I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to take some time to bring the walls up to there. And maybe I can try and brainstorm a way to figure this out. Maybe make some archways for these train platforms, like some doors or something. Now just think. Like, I need time to think about this, so be right back. Here we go. We got something here we can use as kind of like a template here. I got something kind of neat going on with the sides here. We got spots for the slanted walls that we don't have, where we can put that down. I tried using these walkways, but I don't like them. I don't know. I'd like to try the walls. So, an industrial storage container takes up a little bit more than one foundation. It takes up like a foundation and like a fifth or a quarter. It's probably closer to a fifth. So it's not easy to fit these down in a nice way. Plus, I want to do it in such a manner where you have space for the belts to go around, but you yourself can still walk around freely on the bottom floor. Alright, we need to figure out where a lot of the like hub stuff is going to happen. I'm thinking kind of around here is a good spot. Give us 6 foundations thick and this whole middle spot. So we have plenty of room to kind of fly around and do stuff in the center of the area. Meanwhile, kind of like... man, I don't know. It's so hard to see with it being nighttime. Okay, this will work. Kind of like here-ish. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know what? This is already very similar to the layout I said I didn't want to do. So this is fantastic. I'm remembering just now how I would prefer this to be the other way around. Okay, that's more like it. And then what we can do is, on the other side, we take a conveyor, and we do this. And what happens is, the input for the containers are down low, but we access them at the top. And whatever enters here will just go to the topmost container, and it just gives it more storage. And the reason why I wanted to put at least one of these on is because I need to find out how far away it needs to be. Yeah, that's pretty much the perfect distance. Now, something I should mention real quick. I should just mention this real quick. We are not going to be using industrial storage containers for the whole thing. We're going to be stacking normal storage containers on top of this. Mainly so that way it looks a little bit more appealing, so that there aren't just random holes on the side that aren't being used. Like, you have one of these conveyor lifts connected like all along the sides of the thing. It just looks better, if you ask me. Plus, it's kind of the same amount of storage, but it costs less, you know what I mean? Alright, so now the question is, how far apart should we make this over here? Should I make it like that? Or should I give it more space and do something else? Because this is what I typically like to do. Like, would it be better to, maybe instead of having a catwalk over a large space, would it be better just to have a whole a whole third floor that these containers kind of poke through? So many questions. And you know what? I actually like that idea, so maybe we can use this for measurements, though. Like, how close should it be? I think that's about the right distance. Fun thing about the corner is... Oh, actually, does that work? It does. It doesn't go through the thing. The wall. Okay, okay. But I think there is actually less... Is there less space there? Let me do, like, a count here. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like... It's like this much smaller of a distance. It makes me wonder if it would be worth pushing this whole bunch of containers forward just a little bit. Like, just a little bit. You know what? I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Okay. This is nice and figured out now. I just gotta fill this out now. And I'm out of pipes. To be expected. Alright, I just got some more pipes and beams from over yonder, and I was about to go back to the site to continue building, and I remembered something. The shop. There are things that we could buy probably right now. It's been a while since I've checked the ticket machine, so let's go take a look at it real quick, huh? 8 coupons. Almost 9 coupons. Look at that. We're almost at 9. And given it how it's 4,000 points per minute, it'll get to 9 in only a... Well, I know what I'm going to do to pass the time. Come on, a little more, one more. 9. We'll take those 9. And take a look at what we can buy, yes? So, we have 9. Now, we could get the whole lights thing for that. We could go for the frame pillar, inverted ramps, which are really cool, although I have a feeling that we don't exactly need them for this build, specifically. Then there's this. I kinda do need that for the build. The tilted wall and the corners. In fact, I'm surprised I didn't favorite that. Alright. Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy this and this, which is 8 tickets. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna buy the control panel, but I only have 1 ticket. Well, I just need 1 more ticket to get the control panel. So that's nice. We'll put that in there. And now we have a lights thing going on. Where's lights? Oh, it's right here. Oh wow, it uses quick wire. And I can't really place it because it's supposed to go on the underside of a foundation, I believe. For the tilted wall, oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, this will fill up on those rods. How are we doing on concrete? Oh, we're doing fine. Let's go back! Alright, so the idea is this is going to be duplicated on that side. And each container represents one item in the game. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 50, 53, 56, 59, 62, 65. This is 65 items right here. 65! I don't even think... Like, I think that's actually all the containers we need, really. But I kind of want this doubled over. And, you know, I think I mentioned before, I liked having this doubled. Like, take what you see here, stack it up, double it, like, just flip it over. And then, bam, you just doubled your storage. I don't think we need to do that in this case. Alright, this is looking good so far. But before we continue and get to the real grind, let's figure out how tall these are going to be. So, this gives us a decent bit of storage, but if we were to start doubling this, which I always like how it automatically flips it for you. Now, how tall should these be? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But how do we make it come up through the floor? We might have to do a thing where we put a foundation on top of it, like put the floor on top, and then use one of these conveyor lift holes and have it go up through the foundation. It would take some time to get it lined up and everything, but I bet we could do that. Alright, check it out. We can put a floor here. There's enough room to crawl around up on top of these containers if need be, I suppose. Okay, I actually don't like that you can't stand on top of these. Alright then, how about that one thick then? The one thick does solve a lot of problems, so we'll just go with the one thick. Lining up these floor holes is going to be so tedious, especially with this many. Times 2. But yeah, this is going to be ridiculous. Here, let me set these up real quick. It's going to take a very long time. Alright, let me get to it. Okay, here's a look at what one would look like. Let me test it out, make sure it goes all the way through. Yep. Alright, so this segment cost a lot of materials. Let's get going. Hey guys, a build progress update on the whole situation. It's been a while. Take a look at this. Oh yeah. We got some stuff going on in here. I got some ceiling lights in. I'm gonna put them over here as well, and yeah, I just thought I'd, tell you what I got done so far. I got pretty much all of the containers in. They're all connected up with these Mark III vertical lifts. And I did a little bit up top. I kind of just extended the wall up. I'm not really sure where I'm going with it. Here's the top so far. You just got the containers out like this. I'm not sure what to do about this particular point. I did buy one thing from the Awesome Shop off camera, and it was, where is it? The road barrier. I hear you can do some pretty wacky stuff with the road barrier and walls, because you can place walls like take a look at this. Take a look at this. So this wall, like, you can only put it on the sides of the foundation, and it's annoying. But if you take a road barrier and say, like, put it here, then all of a sudden you can take this wall and put it like on the edge of it, And now you can put a wall through the middle of this foundation, and you can kind of do that anywhere. Especially since the road barrier can kind of like just go off to the side. Like, for example, we could maybe even do something like this. The wall would probably have to be further back, but we can encase the storage container in a wall and just, I don't know, make it look a little nicer so that it's not just here. You know what I mean? There we go. Kind of like that. Like it's in a wall, and then we can take another road barrier, kind of like put it here. There we go. And now it's encased in a wall of some sort, and we can put like a roof over it or something. Alright, and then I have an idea about like using a single window. Oh, I need silica for that though. But yeah, I'm thinking about what I can do with the containers so that it's not just, you know, a room full of containers with these things on it. Like I kind of want there to be like a layout to this. And I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with the centerpiece here. This like if I'm just going to put some railings, or maybe I'm going to put some, like a glass floor here. But yeah, we're not even close to this building being done yet. Like we still need to put in the conveyors, and that's the real reason why I'm giving you this progress update, is I'm letting you know that I like see down there at the right side of the screen, I got 260 smart splitters that I need to place. Because there's 65 containers on one side, 65 on the other. That's 130 containers that need smart splitters connected to them. And then you need to double that because each train station is going to have their own input to these containers. In retrospect, some trains will be going to some stations that don't make certain items. That don't, so I'm wondering if there might be a better way to do this. I don't know. The only way I can think of to do that is maybe using a storage container as a buffer and just stick the outputs of both the trains into one industrial storage container and then split it that way, maybe. That way it's going in the container at the same time it's leaving, and at that point it mixes. You know what I mean? Because at one point the belts are going to share an inventory. I guess that could work. We need to come up with a way to connect these trains up to the second floor. I'm trying to think here. If I was to grab some of these, because there's never going to be an input to this. Like never. They're like this. This is a storage facility. It's not going to ship anything. I'm definitely thinking we should have 100% a storage container as a buffer in case there's another train coming up. Like this all has somewhere to go. Because ultimately there's only going to be one belt that comes from this and goes upstairs. We're not going to have two belts coming out here at once. That would be really cool, but that's not how it's going to work. Okay, we have containers set up here. We're going to use Mark IV belts for this, because these need to be very fast. Like I'm going to be using Mark IV belts for the entire upstairs as well. Alright, so we have the containers here. If we're going to have them combined somewhere, where would that be? Because that means at one point they need to converge somehow. Maybe we could do it over here. Because we're going to have like something going on over in this area for people. Like, I think we're going to have like a truck station so that we can have the Explorer parked in here. Maybe we can have more than one Explorer, like a hangar of sorts. And some pipelines and stuff to take us to different floors of the factory. Like, we're going to have all that here. And over in that corner, I think is going to be like the on-site processing. Like, you know, you throw your stuff on your travels in it. Like, your alien organs you throw in there and it processes it into meat. and then you got your leaves and your wood turning into biomass, and your flower petals being turned into color cartridges. And hey, maybe as an added bonus, like if you throw them in there and your color cartridges are full, it'll redirect it to biomass so that you're getting more biofuel. And then excess would go to the sink or something. Know what I mean? Like maybe something like that. Like all that's gonna happen over here in this corner. Okay, there we go. We have some stuff here. I wonder for consistency reasons if maybe I should just put one of these here as well and just have it go into it to kind of make it look nice. I bet that might look good actually. Let me have a look. Yeah, that's okay. I kind of like that. Like there's no real purpose to it, but it looks nice, I think. Perhaps it would be best to set up the smart splitters first. And because they're all going to go in front of these machines here. In fact, I just now realized that I don't think I need as many smart splitters as I thought, because some of them, like, some containers are going to share a smart splitter. I think I jumped the gun when making enough materials for 260 smart splitters, but you know, yeah. Let me just put some down, all right? Let me go ahead and lay them down real quick. Be right back. Okay! I've laid down all the belts. I have programmed them all accordingly so that it's like the left and right has nothing and the center is overflow. The programming took just as long as placing all of these, by the by. And putting down these pillars to be in the middle of these was not too hard, but time consuming. And then I put on this like little walkway here. And there's like stairs over here in the corner. So yeah, what do you think? This thing in the middle is kind of temporary. I purchased this lights control panel off camera. What it does is you can change the color of the lights in your system, change the intensity, and have a night mode so they only come on at night. But for example purposes, let's turn them on. Oh yeah. Look at this. Actually, I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of grainy looking, isn't it? Yeah, kind of hard to look at even. Hold on, let me do this. No, it's still grainy. That doesn't really do anything. Is it just the color? Actually, no, it's grainy. Huh, that's weird. But anyway, yes. Here we are. This is the storage system. Pretty much done. Well, hypothetically speaking. Like I said, nothing... If I put anything through the system, nothing will accept it. Which, you'll see on the right, there are actually screws in some of these. Because I actually sent 500 screws through the whole system to make sure everything was connected. And it came out the other side, although some of the screws kind of stay behind. That's something I never quite understand with these smart splitters. Sometimes items just get stuck in them, which means if, say, this is going to be where screws go, everything after this is just going to have to be flushed out eventually, because all of these screws are going to the sink, is what I'm trying to say. But speaking of, we should go check on that real quick. Is it down here? No, not on this side. Oh yeah, by the way, I've been using road barriers to make walls down here. I think this'll look good eventually. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do down here. I kind of needed a break from the tedious process of placing belts up there repeatedly and setting everything to the same setting for over 100 times. So I took a break and tried to figure out a layout down here. But anyway, here's the sink. We have the output of the stuff going underground here. Well, down to the first floor, I mean. And going into this here container, where it can build up since you got 2 inputs, 1 output. And the sink will take it in and give us tickets. Meanwhile, here are the other inputs. You got one from over there, one from over there. I was able to get it to stick to the ceiling by doing this weird thing with the lifts where I did something like this. And then if you remove them, you can put a belt here, and you don't need like supports or anything. You just gotta slap a bunch of those vertical bits down. So I kind of just did that across the whole ceiling. But yeah, everything down here is pretty much done. I also got to use these painted beams for decoration. I think they look pretty okay. It gives a little bit more character. But enough about that. What you guys want to look at is the top floor, where all of the work is done. Alright, so as you can see, I have done nothing up here yet. Not really. I haven't really done anything. I'm still thinking. Like, I'm not sure what I want to do. Honestly, I'm surprised I was able to fit as much into this episode as I was. Like, I don't know. I didn't want to do this thing where I would go, alright, episode 20 is, let's make a foundation for the new storage building. And then the next episode's like, let's do the first floor of the storage building. And then the next episode's, let's do the second floor of the store. Like, I don't know. I don't want to... Like, that feels like it might be a little boring, like too much detail. I figured it'd be better just to make all of this and show you, like, the process. You know what I mean? Instead of you being there every step of the way. I've just figured it might feel a little tedious. Tell me what you think in the comments. So next episode, we're going to try and add a little bit more detail to this, to everything below here, and try to figure out what we're going to do with this third floor, where all of the actual storage happens. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing, and remember, the Wasteland is watching. See ya.